Hey everybody, Derek White here with the Land Bros. I got another video for you today about a really cool property that we have in southern Utah, kind of by Cedar City up on top of Cedar Mountain. It's up by Navajo Lake and kind of Duck Creek Village area. It's a really cool property. It's one where it seems like it's growing up there like crazy. There's just cabins growing or going up all over the place. Um, it's easy to get to. It's well maintained. It's one of these properties that you once you have it in your name and you know you're gonna have it for you and for your family forever. It's a cool one to have. It's bigger than most all the other ones in the area. I'm gonna go through and show you some video and some pictures of the property to explain it a little bit more to you so that way you have a feel before you either drive all the way up there, or if you have a good enough feel about it, we'll just reserve it, make it yours, and then you're able to go up there and make sure it's going to work for you. Anyway, excited to show you this property. Okay, so I just want to get you familiar with what the property boundary looks like. So there are actually two parcels next to each other. um, that's what makes it, a little bit bigger than most everybody else's properties there. Um, so this is kind of just the look of the property, and then I'll show you a couple more that are a little bit bigger. So this one here, it's just on Google Earth. It's just showing you kind of how the property sits on this hill. I've outlined in blue where the flattest area is already. It does get steep on the bottom side of that, especially to the left side of the boundary in this picture. Um, but where it's outlined in blue, you really could level that out for, building a cabin, putting RV pad, whatever you want to do there. Right where the property boundary starts at the road, it's pretty level with each other, and so it would be really easy to be able to just cut a road in on there and then level out a place for whatever you're going to be doing. The next one just shows, just another view of how it's sitting there. You can tell there's cabins all around it. Just off that road, you can tell now on the right side of this picture that it gets a little steeper right at the bottom of the property, but you can see that flatter area where it would be really nice. The nice thing about it getting steep right below where you could have a flat area is the views you can see forever, because you've got really tall vegetation on the property, but it drops off. So wherever you're going to set your cabin, RV, whatever you want to do, it is going to make it so the views for this property go a long way. This is just showing an image of the road. So the road, the one just below that blue highlight, is called North Fork Road. It's a beautiful road all the way down it. Really well maintained. It's a pretty wide road. Really easy to travel on. No complaints about that road. I've highlighted where you turn off on that with that blue marker to make it over to the property. So that last stretch of just, a couple hundred yards, it isn't as well maintained. It's a little bit narrower road, and there are some, um, good little bumps in there, things like that. I did take a trailer down that road and did just fine. I've got a picture of that in here later so you can see it. But just want to be very clear, it's an easy road to travel. It is just that last little stretch you probably wouldn't want to have just a little sedan. You'd want to have something with a little bit of clearance just to make sure you get to the property okay. Okay, so this picture is me just standing on, right where that road comes in and level with the property. I came up on top of that, and then the road starts to go down, and the property kind of levels off. These are the views you'd be looking out towards. Just gorgeous, this beautiful vista with high pine trees. The landscape, I can't compliment enough at the beauty of where this property sits. Here's a little picture of the road. You can see good road to travel on. You've got that, but it's a little bit more narrow, so you just want to be careful on it. The next picture shows at the bottom of the property where the road goes through. You can see it just kind of drops off and gets pretty steep there by the bottom of the property. So you'd want to be building up where it's a little bit more level and then just have the rest to explore. Keeps good privacy. The nice thing about having property like that is it does keep in control of how to access your property. You're kind of in control of how to access your property, and that's a nice feature. This picture is just the trailer and my Jeep going along that road. Just want to show it was possible and pretty easy to handle. No problem there. Um, I was trying to show here just some of the vegetation. This is over toward a little bit away from the road, kind of the top right area of the property. You've got really thick, beautiful vegetation on there. A lot of game trails that are going through that property. So, you have a lot of elk and deer in the area. This is just another picture in a different area showing some of the vegetation and again some more game trails and things. This is kind of on the top right side of that property boundary, if you can imagine that. And then lastly, this is just driving out there. There's a ton of antelope in the area when I went down there. Really pretty. This property is, obviously you could see in some of those pictures, there's cabins all over the place. It's being really popular. Everybody, when I was up there, was really quiet, kind of kept to themselves, and it was very peaceful. All right, I hope this gave you a little bit more of an understanding and kind of an overview of the property and how it sits, in that area. It is such a good property. It's definitely one we feel like we can get behind and sell and feel like we're selling you a high quality property. We've priced it in a way as well to make sure that there's room so that you're able to level out a pad for an RV or an area for your cabin and things like that. Common questions are water, electric. There are cabins nearby that have power to them, so you'd have to figure out where to pull the power from and get it pegged. Right now, this is just raw land. Up the road from this property, up that North Fork Road, there's a natural spring that is plumbed that you can always go and haul water to your property from that spring. So that's one waterway. You can always apply for a well permit. We don't know how far you'd have to dig down. That would be something you'd have to figure out on your own. Um, but as far as just buying a property at a discount to have the room to be able to build your dream cabin, live off grid, whatever you feel like doing on this property, you can do it there. It's zoned residential 1/2, which means you can put one residential, like a cabin or something on that property. And then you can have outbuildings, sheds, garages, all that stuff. We're asking 29,900 for the property, 29,900 for a cash price. We do offer owner financing as well. Really simple terms, zero interest, no credit checks. It's just simple owner financing to make sure that people can be able to get land in their name in a simple way. We look forward to talking to you soon. Email us, text us, call us, whatever the best way is for you, and we'll make sure we get back to you as fast as we can so that you guys can start enjoying this property and making new memories on it.